dot and line plots. Next important data visualization technique is the dot and line plots. Okay, how can you represent this table in this? By using the array concept, we will represent the table. Arrays are used to represent the tables in the Python. And next is the dot and line plots. You all are familiar with that. What's the difference between dot and line plot? Both are representing the same thing, but in the dot plots only dots are marks, but in the line plots the line as well as uh, dots is marks. Line as well as dot are only the line. So the line plots are actually used in the function of y for certain x and y. This is the x-y plot. Only x values and the y values. It contains two dimensions, x and y. Only two dimensions, x. You see this figure. This is x and this one is x and this one is y. Two dimensions are there in the line and the dot plots. This the first one is the example for dot plots. Dot plot shows only the dots, whereas in the line plots you are using the line to connect the dots. Consider this example here. These are the categories. Okay, 2016 category, 2017, 18, 19 comes under in this 2016. So this is the categorical and electrical and plumbing values. Here I am entering the values. When you enter the values, for better understanding, you use the numerical values in the left side of the graph. Okay, count. If it is a count or the numbers, mostly you try to write the numbers in the left side, that is in the y axis. In the vertical axis you write the numbers, then it will be a clear one. It will be very precious compared to other types. So this is the dot plot here. 2016 electrical 4000, so it's mapped as 4000. 17 4300, so 4300. In this one, when you are selecting the range, you should aware of this vertices means vertex. That is the y axis and x axis. X axis you just give all these values, but in the y axis select the range such that it will be appropriately fixed in the given values. For example, it varies from, you check the table, it varies from, the data varies from 2500 to 4000. No, so you take the range appropriately, 2500 to 4000 in thousand. So I am getting it from, I am drawing it from 1000 to 5000 or 1000 to 6000 within the range. So it's easy for me to identify the gap, visualize it easily. Don't go for always, don't think that always take a equal interval. Don't go for 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 like that. Don't go for this one, because if you like this one, the gap is a minimum, because there is a single difference between these two. So you take it in this one. If you want to give it in more clear, go for the 500. From 2500 you start, 2500, 3000, 3500, 4000, then it will be better compared to this one. So this is the dot plot and product line chart. This is the line chart. So remember this one, when you are drawing the dot plot or the line chart, dot chart or line chart, the categorical data are placed in the x-axis. Okay, the horizontal axis is the x-axis and the vertical axis is the y-axis. Use the horizontal axis for the categorical data and this vertical axis for count, purely for count. When you compare these two plots, the line plots is a better one, because here it's little difficult for us to compare which is higher and like that. But if it is a line plot, we can find the correlation also, how it deviates from one another. Electrical and plumbing, if you see this line plot in this year 2019, both are almost same. See the table from also we can identify that, but from the graph it's easily we identify that in the 2019 electrical fittings are sold better than this plumbing, but almost same. But in the year 2020, plumbing things are sold more compared to this electrical things. So from the line graph, it's easy for us. So the line charts can display continuous data, continuously displaying that values. And in a line chart, category data is distributed evenly along the horizon. I already told you it's distributed along the horizon. And value is represented as the vertical axis. These are some example for line charts. So this is also example for line chart. Here without any points, you're continuously marking this data. These are the example for line plots. In the line plots, when you are drawing the line plots for each and every category, you try to find a different color. Okay, then it is easier for us to understand. In the Python, we can change the color of the line graph, we can change the model of the line graph, we can change the points of the line graph. Everything is possible. The advantages of using the line charts are it's easy to read and plot. It's very easy and it show changes over time and it is useful for making the comparison from the by visualizing that itself we can find the comparison between these two. Then you should remember never connect points of categorical data in the line plots. Don't connect the points of categorical data. That is here consider age is the category 35 years 42 years. Don't try to connect this categorical data, try to connect the values. In this age how many of you are using coffee, how many of you are using the tea, like that you connect. Don't connect the categorical data by using the line graph because it won't give any information to you. In the Python library, first you import this plot library for this uh, graph. It's used to draw the graph, and this is the way to draw the line graph. And the next one is we'll study this one also. In the next class, we'll go for the next one. The next one is the box and whisker plots. This is one kind of plots that gives the analysis of data, that gives distribution of data. What's the minimum value of data in what spreadsheet? So many values are given means suppose different age groups are given for a person means you want to identify in which age group. For example, consider the diabetes data sets. In the diabetes data set, you want to analyze what is the age limit of the diabetes person, what is the minimum age when diabetes comes, and what's the maximum age group in that data set. Analyze that data set means in that find the minimum age, maximum age, then the median age, and the outlier values. How many of the comes under this below age, above which age it comes. Such things can be identified by using this box plots. The box plots gives 5 informations. Okay, 5 information displays 5 number summary of the data set. First one is it gives the minimum value. Second, it gives the maximum value. Third, it contains the box. The box is drawn between the 25 percentage quartile. First quartile is this box. First quartile is drawn from the 25 percentage, and second is drawn from this. This is median, and third is 75 percentage. 75 percentage distribution of data, 25 percentage distribution, and 50 percentage distribution. All this data analysis, mathematical analysis of data is given by this box plot. It is the graphical representation of describe or using one function named describe. In that function you find the minimum value of the column, maximum value of the column, then mean of the column. All the things are represented in the describe function that is represented in this graph form by using this box plot. Consider this is the example. This is the output of the describe statement. Count number of items, mean of the item, standard deviation, then minimum value, maximum value, and these are the 50% means median value. What is the median value? How many values comes under the 25% category? In 25%, what is that count of the particular price? All these things are given in describe function. This is the graphical representation of describe function. When you refer this one here, the minimum value is 4,350. Okay, and the maximum value is 32,500. When you describe this, when you see the data, you can identify this. The minimum value is 4,350 and the maximum value is 32,500. So when you want to draw this graph, you carefully take the values. Here it starts from 4,350. So start the graph from 4,000. It's enough because 4,350 is almost nearer to 4,350 and maximum value 32,500. So up to some certain level you check because 75% is 11,000. So 75% only 11,950. Then some values will be in 32,500. So only here it's taken at 16,000. You can draw up to the 32,500 also. Then minimum value is marked and maximum value is marked. Then in between the 25 percentage quartile value is given, that is marked here. That is the 8,450. So 8,450. Then 50 percentage value is also there, 9990. That is the median value, and 75 percentage. First and maximum value, draw a line. Then next is 25 percentage and 75 percentage values. There you draw a box, 25 and 50%. Then you draw a perpendicular line in the median. 50% is the median value. Do you know how to find the median of the given number?